Welcome to the Community Difference Frisco. Powered by the Difference Media LLC. Hosted by Brian Poduska. And sponsored by Real Property Management Focus. Certainty Home Lending. Donovan Creative Agency. Stewart Title. The Frisco Fighters Arena Football Team. Total Care. PBJ Mortgage. And by Team Watson Redeemers. And Bethany Rowan with Rowan Homes. The Community Difference Frisco.
To serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals.
So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Frisco starts now.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the North Texas Community Difference Frisco show. Thank you for joining us today. We have an awesome show for you. This is episode 20. We've been going for the whole first quarter of 2024 and then some. So we started back in 2023. Excited to have you guys with us. If you haven't seen the show before, what this is, it is basically a live stream radio show podcast where we have local community leaders on the show. We are putting the spotlights on local business owners, entrepreneurs, community leaders, being political leaders, Frisco ISD leadership, nonprofit leadership, and of course, sports leadership. We are Sports City USA here in Frisco. We are lucky enough to have our birthday boy, head coach of the Frisco Fighters, who is one of our sponsors across the difference, on with us today. So excited about that. But that's what we do. We put a spotlight on the local business owners, local community leaders that are uplifting this community, and we're trying to uplift everyone as part of the show. So once again, thanks for tuning in. Leonard, why don't we bring everybody in, say hello, and we'll get rocking and rolling here. There's birthday boy, first on the screen. What's up, Coach Coles? How are you, my man?
Good. How you guys doing today?
Yeah, good. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Coach.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, hey, gentlemen, thanks for being on the show today. Chance and Coach Coles, thanks again for joining us as co-host today. Excited to get to meet your guest, Kevin Kirkwood. Kevin, thanks for being on the show today. Why don't we just go around the horn and introduce ourselves? Let's let our guests, or actually, Coach Coles, since he's your guest, I'll let you introduce Kevin, and we'll go a little bit into his business, and then we'll have an opportunity later on in the show to go even deeper, and then we'll kick it over to you, Chance. So first, Andre, go ahead.
Okay, awesome. So my guest today is Kevin Kirkwood. I've known Kevin for a couple of years since I moved to Frisco, and he's just one of those guys that every time you have a conversation with him, you learn something. And he's just one of those people that you want to be around. And when thinking about the topic of the month, I know their business and I know this much about their industry, but I know that it's always changing and you always have to adapt and you always have to be looking at the next thing. So I thought, who else better than, Kevin or his wife, Nikki, to kind of hop on this week. So without further ado, my guest this week is Kevin Kirkwood with Invictus Roofing and Solar.
Thanks, Andre, for having me on. Again, Andre is one of the better people I've met. He's again a guy that if you hang out with Andre and you don't feel better, then you miss something. He's just one of those guys. And so when we got the opportunity to do this, I was really excited because I was actually talking to Nikki a few weeks back that I've been so involved with the national push bar program that I wanted to get specifically more involved in our community. That's really, and we'll talk about this later on, one of the reasons why we decided to start Invictus was for that reason. And I said, I just need to find opportunity. And then she came to my office and said, "Hey, I just talked to Andre, and this is what this opportunity looks like." I said, "This is perfect." So I am honored, and I appreciate you guys allowing me to be here.
Well, we appreciate you being on, and I look forward to you mentioned it briefly there, and we were talking before the show kicked off. The fact that you guys are located here in Frisco, but you operate nationally, so you have that unique perspective that a lot of our guests don't necessarily have. So
Sure.
I'm looking forward to learning more about that and learning more about your business because, yeah, like Andre said, we all know a little bit about the roofing industry because we live here in
Sure.
Hale Alley, I'll call it.
Yes.
We've all experienced either
You've all
golf
had your doors
ball,
knocked. Yeah.
right. From that perspective, or we've actually had the things that need you guys to come out, and that's the baseball-sized hail, the grapefruit-sized hail. Hopefully, not all of us have experience, but you live here long enough, it's going to happen, right? So look forward to learning more about your perspective again, because you do work on so many different types of properties and you work across the nation, but you're headquartered here and you're looking to grow locally as well. So I like that mix. All right. With that, thanks, Kevin, for that quick intro. Like I said, we'll get a little bit deeper into your business and your story. That's what I love hearing. So I look forward to hearing your story in particular. Let's let our co-hosts introduce themselves, make sure everybody knows them. Coach Coles, I do have to say, I'll let you go first since it's your birthday, but I picked one of these up at the game last weekend. I thought that was pretty cool. So I've kind of been using it as a stress ball here. When I'm catching
Yes, sir.
odd phone calls, I sit there and I'm like, man, I want to throw this through my wall. So this has been my stress ball this week. But so thanks to the fighters for getting us this football. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend.
My name is Andre Coles. I'm the head coach of the Frisco Fighters indoor football team. We're going into our 4th season here in Frisco, currently 3-0. We're on the road this weekend in Tulsa for a super big matchup, and then we'll be back in town next Friday, the 26th, and we're playing San Antonio, who this is their first year in the league. So I've been in Frisco for 5 years now, which sounds crazy, but originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, I mean, can't get much better than a 3-0 start, especially kicking it off with an overtime victory in week 1 and just getting better and better every week. So that's pretty exciting. If you haven't been out to a Frisco Fighters game, go out there. They're freaking really exciting. They're fun. Mm-hmm. Scoring is certainly not a lack of scoring involved. It's a fun, fast-paced environment. So go check them out. All right, Chance, you're up, my friend. Tell everybody about yourself.
I feel like I'm surrounded by celebrities today. This is awesome. I'm Chance
Come on, my man.
I am. I'm Chance Post. I'm with Total Care Emergency Room. I'm the director of marketing. We've got 9 freestanding ERs. So just kind of piggybacking what you're saying. With Kevin being national, so many business owners in Frisco looking to expand. Hopefully, we can get some nuggets from you, Kevin, on expanding your business and really taking that next step, because I've opened 9 freestanding ERs in the last 3 years, but we are at that point where we'll be looking to Houston, San Antonio, across Texas, and we'll be growing. So I'm excited to meet. This is a great networking event. I love to learn more about you and how maybe you can give me some tips to help my business grow. And great to be on with Andre also. I see Brian all the time, so this is a treat. So we're there if you get hurt, and hopefully you don't have to see me.
Well, if you can, if you're lucky enough to sit in one of the first 2 rows at the Frisco Fighters game, you guys better be on alert, because
speed dial.
Yeah, I've seen players flying up into those stands. You just got to be, you got to have your head on a swivel, as they say in hockey.
100%.
Yep.
Hey, Brian, I wanted to jump in, and since you showed the football, I've got the cap today, so I'm wearing the Fighters cap. So
we love it.
We got the gear today. We got the gear. No, I love those games, man. And yeah, Chance, you got a great tie-in with the first two rows. You know, off the top of my head, it could be a great sponsorship opportunity. Just
right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe I need to be having like Total Care on the seats on the first two rows.
Yes,
The
sir.
first two rows would be awesome.
Like put like a big red banner on the back of every chair in the first two rows and say you're in the Total Care ER section.
Anything's possible, man. That's also the good thing about, you know, being a locally owned or being a small business kind of sports team is that we can do those kinds of things. So thinking about the topic of this month, there's so many things that we've had to do as a pro sports team to be innovative, to to market ourselves, to differentiate from all the different sports teams that are already in town. So, we can't do the same thing that every other team is doing. So, being able to give out footballs and have people so close to the action and some of the other things that we're doing tie right into the topic of the month. So.
That's awesome. And I do want to mention too, you guys kicked off your first, it ties in perfectly with what we're doing here. You guys kicked off your first business networking meeting this past Saturday.
Yes.
It was in the morning, the day of your game. And you guys had Matt Bowman, your chief, the Dallas Stars chief revenue officer on.
Yep.
Just as an organization, and we'll get into this a little bit later, so I won't go too deep into it, but I want to make sure I mention that because we can talk about that later. I think that's a great innovative thing that you guys have done. There's some other things that I want to talk about a little bit later. So we'll get to that. I don't want to get, I don't want to expose all our secrets and hit the topics right off the bat. But no, again, I appreciate you guys coming in, introducing yourselves. We're going to take a quick commercial break right now. We're going to give our sponsors a little bit of love. On the back side of that, we're going to talk about what's going on in Frisco, and then we'll dive into Kevin and learn a bit about him and his story. So with that, Lennon, go ahead and hit the commercial break. We'll be right back.
The Community Difference Frisco is made possible by Brian Poduska, owner of Real Property Management Focus. Paul Fisher, loan officer with Certainty Home Lending. Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers. Kendra Kennedy with Stewart Title. Ethan Donovan with Donovan Creative Agency. Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. Chance Post with Total Care ER and Total Care Networking. Matt England, Director of Corporate Partnerships, and Andre Coles, head coach of the Frisco Fighters Arena football team. And by Bethany Rowan, Realtor with Rowan Homes. The Community Difference Frisco. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for
What's Up Frisco?
It's
all right. Love the sounder.
To your business.
What is up, Frisco? So let's go ahead. I know I've got a few things. Coach Coles, I don't know if you have anything other than, obviously we got the Fighters. You guys are out of town this weekend. When is your next game back?
We are back. I'm reading the schedule here, which is, because we got all these themes, but we're back on the 26th for Texas Country Night. We'll be playing the San Antonio Gunslingers. We have a really cool giveaway for that night, and it's another Friday night game. So our Friday night games have done really well, Friday Night Lights, but Friday the 26th, 7:30 p.m. kickoff against San Antonio.
Love that. All right, so Country Night, that's kind of cool. What activities are they doing before that?
So we've actually partnered with Billy Bob's for that game. So they're going to be doing some cool in-game stuff, a lot of promo, and there's a lot of other things that haven't been released yet with that night. But we have a cool giveaway. I think it's a country foam hat for that night for the first 500 people that come into the building. So it'll be a really cool game for two Texas teams to kind of welcome San Antonio to the league. So.
Well, that's cool. That actually ties in well with one of the things I wanted to mention, because that country theme night, so country music themed, little bit of award ceremony called the ACM Awards. They're coming back to Frisco this year. So they're going to be at the Ford Center on Thursday, May 16th. Thursday, May 16th at the Ford Center. So that's obviously not news, but it's kind of cool that you guys are doing, just kind of piggybacking. It'll be that, and then the next week or two after that, they'll have the ACM Awards. In conjunction with that, what I do know is that week there's a lot of events leading up to the ACM Awards. In particular, friend of the program, Knack Construction, Knack Theater, they are having a honky tonk on Monday, May 13th. They're going to have live acts there, one big one, and then a few other supporting acts, country music acts that are going to be playing at the Knack Theater. It's in downtown Frisco, just right after the train tracks as you're heading east through downtown. So definitely check that out. There's going to be other downtown Frisco activities going on as well that week. So definitely check that out. I also want to mention something coming up next week. So this will be Tuesday, April 23rd. This is at 1 p.m. at Tender Barbecue on Preston Road. There is a seminar being put on by two of our co-hosts, Miss Debbie Watson and our newest co-host, Bethany Rowan. Also with the mortgage lender, Reggie Majerski, will be there as well. So they are putting on a seminar. It's called Empowering Families Through Home Ownership. Again, that's at Tender Barbecue, 1 p.m., April 23rd at Tender Barbecue. So check that out. Also, previously mentioned on this program, but there is a pickleball tournament coming up. It'll be next weekend. That's Saturday, April 27th. It's a fundraiser for Carson's Crusaders Foundation. Great organization helping folks who have children or young ones who have cancer, and really it's helping with all the ancillary needs of families that are in that situation. So a lot of times in that situation you'll have siblings that they're not neglected, but obviously the attention is on the patient, right? So there's all kinds of needs as far as hotel needs for the family, parking needs, activities for the siblings and things like that to do. So that's what Carson's Crusaders is all about, and they're raising funds to help with those efforts. Their pickleball tournament, again, Saturday, April 27th, 8 a.m. start time. It's in McKinney. Go to it's carsoncrusaders.org, I believe is their website. Go to their website. You can check that out. It's a fairly nominal entry fee. And I mean, who doesn't play pickleball nowadays? Aside from myself, I've never picked up a racket. So it's something that I am definitely not on trend there. But from what I hear, it's pretty awesome. Are you guys pickleball players? Anybody?
I can't say that I've heard of it. It's
played a couple times. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's definitely a game where you can drink beer while you're playing too. So it's
that's a plus.
Be a little more social.
Okay. So much like golf, we can
yes,
do pickleball too. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. So go check that out. Again, Saturday, April 27th, 8 a.m. start time. Great organization and a great cause. So check that. And I've played in golf tournaments that Carson Crusaders has run before in the past as fundraisers, and they've been super fun events. So I guarantee you this one will be the same sort of thing. So definitely check those out. Anybody else have anything else for What's Up Frisco? Nope. Okay. Going once, going twice. So, all right. Cool. Well, that'll conclude that session. Again, we'll have that on every week, kind of just put in the spotlight on things that aren't really things that you're going to find on Google, right? Except the ACM Awards, you'll find that. But, it's the smaller things, it's the local things that we want to make sure that people know about. So with that, let's transition over to Mr. Kirkwood. Kevin, this is the time where we put a little bit of a spotlight on your business. I got to say too, man, your sleeves, your tattoos are freaking awesome. So,
oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Yeah,
it's funny. My kids didn't realize that not all daddies didn't have sleeves, because that's all they've known. And they started getting to school, they're like, "Dad, your arms are different." I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah.
Hey, at least they didn't tell you have to wear long sleeve shirts to cover them up, right? It's like, hey, my dad's different. He's cool. That's all right.
Yeah. They're not quite at the age yet where they're embarrassed by me, but I'm sure it's coming.
Oh, it's definitely coming, and it won't be because of the sleeves. It'll be because just your dad, right?
Yeah.
So that's enough.
That's exactly right.
Cool, man. All right. So, you have kids. So tell us about yourself. Tell us about who Kevin is, and then we'll get into your business. I want to know who you are. That's what we want to tease out. So tell us about yourself.
Sure. My name is Kevin Kirkwood. I'm a native Texan. I grew up in East Texas in Tyler. My wife and I have been in Frisco since 2006. So we've got to we had the experience of seeing just the massive growth. Um, we have three children and two dogs, one in high school, one in middle school, and one in elementary. Um, I've been in the primarily the commercial roofing space on a national level for about 18 years. I was the managing partner and president of a national company. Grew that business. The board made a liquidity event, and they sold. And so I had the option to stay on with that platform. Work as an executive for different firms. I realized that I've been self-employed most of my life, so I'm an outside cat, and I don't think I would have made a very good employee. So we started Invictus in 2019, and a lot of people have asked me, especially within the industry, why we started a focus on residential when a lot of residential contractors are trying to make the leap into the commercial space. They thought I was just, out of my mind. And I said the reason why we started Invictus, specifically for residential, was for the community. As you guys know, roofing contractors don't have the best reputation, and they're kind of like pirates in a sense, and a lot of that is earned. The way the insurance process is done, and I was just making comments of just all the things that I would do different and that's wrong. And that was when Nikki said, well, why don't you change it? And so we started that specifically. We also wanted to be able to employ residents and have a way to give back. And the best way to do that was to launch with a roofing segment.
Well, that's awesome. And I like that, what you said there about, hey, we kind of recognize where we're at as an industry,
Mhm.
and we don't necessarily like being put in that same box. So why don't we change it?
Yeah, and it's been challenging, because you are guilty by association and lumped in. So a lot of our push has just been awareness of how to avoid insurance fraud, what to look for, regardless of what you're told. These are the facts, and here's how we can assist. We're not storm chasers. We don't follow and chase storms. Like I said, nationally, we have we have our commercial services, but residentially, it's specifically just for North Texas and specifically for our community here in Frisco. So it's very simple. We wanted to educate people on the truths, the myths, what to avoid. If you go with Invictus or not, that's okay with us. We just want to make sure that the person that you do go with, the contractor you do go with, that they hit these points and that you avoid making these mistakes. And so that's how we started. And it was just me, my former vice president of operations at the last firm. He came as a partner, and it was just the three of us. And we started in my garage, and we've grown tremendously from there.
Sounds a lot like Apple or Microsoft, right? Started in a garage, not in California in this case, but
yeah, sure, yeah, exactly.
No, that's awesome. So, okay, I got to ask then. So you've been here since 2006. You said originally from Tyler. Why Frisco? What made you guys choose to move to Frisco?
Great question. It was the school districts. At that time, we knew that we wanted to have children. I was on the road a lot, and so I came back. We started, settling in. I was carving back my time on the road, and we didn't know anything about Frisco at the time. We just knew that it had good school districts, which it does. It's interesting as I'm meeting different of our commercial accounts, and from Omaha to California, all the way out to Florida. Back in the day, people used to say, "Where are you from? Where do you live?" I would say Frisco. Like, what's that? I'd say, "Well, it's just north of Dallas." Okay, got it. Now I mention Frisco, and people know who Frisco is.
Yes.
It's a sports capital. It's thriving. So nationwide, it's interesting. When I say Frisco, Texas, they're like, "Oh yeah, Frisco, fantastic." So, but yeah, that's the reason why we moved to Frisco was anticipation of having our kids in school. And beyond the schools, it's the first time me personally I've ever been involved in a community. Understanding what a community is about, and my wife is very involved in different aspects of nonprofits within the community. But we love it here.
No, that's great, and yeah, schools obviously that's a big draw. Same reason here. I'm originally from Chicago, the Chicago area. I moved here
Okay.
12 years ago, so you've been here a little bit longer than me, but about 5-6 years. But yeah, same deal, right? Schools, and then there were a few other key things that, but schools really were, because if I think back to when I moved here. It came down to McKinney, Allen, Plano, and Frisco. Our top three were Allen, McKinney, and
Yep.
Frisco, the top three houses, right? And then it came down to, okay, what do the communities have to offer? They're all great communities, don't get me wrong, but the Frisco school system and the way that the school system grows with the population here versus like an Allen, for instance, and even McKinney to a lesser degree. A new high school is added for every when they see the population of the student population getting close to 2,000 students. It allows for that smaller town high school experience for the students, whether they're athletes, whether they're in academics, whatever activities they're going to be in. You're not amassed with 4,000, 5,000 other kids in some of these other high schools. So that for us was probably the biggest deal, because they're all highly rated school districts, but the growth plan for Frisco in particular was the big reason for us. So definitely agree with that. So what do you, I know what I want to ask you. You were telling us how you and Coach Coles met. Sounds like a really good example of just the friendliness that we have here in Frisco. And so why don't you tell everybody like how you guys know each other? Because it's not like, you guys go way back. Coach Coles has been here for 4 or 5 years now, Coach. But tell everybody how you guys met.
Yeah, I met Coach when he was general managing a cycle bar facility that Nikki was going to weekly, several times a week, and I was late for the class because I was running late from a job on a Saturday. Literally had like jeans and boots or whatever, and I remember first time I met Coach, he ran up to me, threw a shirt so I could actually get out of my shirt, and I mean I was just like, this guy's on top of it. And I just really thought he was just a really interesting person. His charisma, and it's interesting. I've only known Coach for a few years, but he's one of those individuals where you just kind of feel like you've known him for the longest time. And we'll see each other at the gym in the morning, and give the bro nod. But that's how we met. And my youngest son, is a huge Frisco Fighters fan. We are at every home game. I think we have, Coach, if you ever run out of game balls, let me know. We've got several we can bring up. So at any rate, when Andre had the opportunity to take the head coaching position, and we were really excited for him, and also we knew what that was going to bring to that organization as well. So that's how Andre and I met.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and from the other side of it, it was super cool for me. Coming from Philadelphia, totally different environment, right? And for me, from the other perspective of that, his wife was so excited that her husband was going to come and join him at this thing that that no husband really wants to do.
Right.
And she was kind of in the lobby, kind of waiting by the door, and she's like, "Oh, he's going to be late." And I was like, "I got it. Don't worry about it." I was like, if this guy's going to show up from work, and he cares about you that much that he's going to, come straight from work and not go home and not make an excuse, I got it. Don't worry about it. So I was like, let me know what his sizes are. I got them. We'll get them in. So for me, it was just an example of, kind of just leadership and just being a stand-up guy and just being a stand-up husband, So right away, I was kind of just like, this is the kind of guy you want to be around. A guy that just gets it done, doesn't make excuses. If he had to go in there with his boots on, he was going to do it, So I respected that right away.
I wish we had some video of that. Kevin rolling in boots and jeans, trying to get on a cycle bar.
I was just trying not to throw up. I mean, I grew up boxing, and I was like, oh, this shouldn't be that big a deal. It's ride a stationary bike. I'll be fine. Yeah, I have a whole new respect for that activity. I was just glad I didn't throw up all over his floor.
Well, so is he. I can guarantee you that. Well, it's funny you say that because, you painted a good picture, and I could see Coach Coles being like, as enthusiastic as he is. I could see him literally running up with a T-shirt like, yeah, man, just get on the bike. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, it was servant leadership at its finest. I think that was the biggest thing. I've actually talked to a lot of my managers here, and I've actually used Coach as an example. He did not have to do that. He didn't ask me if I needed something. He just said, I got you, and here you go.
Mm-hmm.
He's busy running a facility. He doesn't need to be, grabbing merchandise out of the back to try to, help this crazy tattoo freak who's walked in. So, but yeah, so likewise, it made a huge impression on me.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. That's awesome. Well, hey guys, love the stories and love that's the sort of thing that everybody, gets to know your personality. So I love hearing the stories. We do need to take a break real quick. On the backside of the break, we are going to dive a little bit into that segment, the business topic that we talked about, the creativity and innovation, in your local business setting, and then also from a national perspective with Kevin's business. So let's do that right now. We're going to take a quick break on the backside. We'll be right back. Hit it, Lennon.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Are you searching for fast, reliable, and affordable heating and air solutions in the Wiley, Sac C, Murphy, Garland, Rowlett, Levon, Richardson, Plano, and Allen areas of Texas? Then look no further than Martin Heating and Air LLC. With over 15 years of experience, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service tailored to your specific needs. Don't let a broken HVAC unit ruin your comfort. Call us today at 469-380-9864 or visit our website to schedule an appointment. Martin Heating and Air LLC, your trusted partner for all your heating and air conditioning needs.
JP Direct Health offers affordable health insurance solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses specializing in custom coverages to fit your needs and budget. JP Direct Health offers comprehensive benefits, including PPO health plans, accident and critical illness coverage, dental and vision, health matching accounts, along with telehealth at no cost per call. Call JP Direct Health today to learn more about how we can help you protect your health and your budget.
Do you want your home or office to sparkle? Then call Elite Diamond Cleaning today. From basic cleaning to deep cleaning, and using only the highest quality cleaning products and equipment, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Our team of experienced cleaners will work quickly and efficiently to clean every nook and cranny, taking care of all the details so you don't have to. With a variety of pricing options to fit any budget, you can be sure that you are getting the best possible price. Call Elite Diamond Cleaning today at 214-300-9876 to schedule a free estimate. Your home and office is a diamond. Let us get it out of the dust.
Frisco Fighters prepare to reach new heights at Comerica Center this spring. From competitive matchups to exciting theme nights, you won't want to miss a second of the action. Join us and experience high-scoring, hard-hitting indoor football that's fun for the whole family to enjoy. Visit FriscoFighters.com for game highlights, tickets, or to reserve your spot at the Tarmac Tailgate Party. Frisco Fighters, fly with us.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. I wanted to do this before we left for commercial, but I'll do it afterwards. Shout out to Nathan Smith. I saw you chime in earlier. Thanks for watching, buddy. Nathan is the host of the Community Difference Plano show. You can check them out on Wednesdays. I believe we're in the same time slot, or are they 11:30? I can't remember, but check out the Plano Community Difference show as well. They do something very similar to what we're doing here. And guess what, guys? We're networking live on a podcast, live stream radio show, right? That's a unique thing about what we're doing. Chance, you're a master networker throughout all of Frisco. And you know, I'd met you before you joined the Difference, and you joined the Difference, and you're like, man, this is, such an innovative way to do things. And there's so many different ancillary benefits. We've got, content, and we can always go back to it. And you watch enough of these shows, you meet somebody intriguing or somebody who might be a good business partner. You can reach out directly to them. All of Kevin's information is going to be scrolling throughout the show. There's going to be no lack of ability to get a hold of Kevin if you're watching the show. So that's kind of what we do. We have one in Plano. We have one in Wiley. We have one in Rockwall. Chance, I think you're going to be very instrumental in getting the one in Denton back up and off the ground. So, we're doing this across all the communities. I'm a little bit partial to Frisco. That's where I live and operate out of. So, hey, to all the other guys, we are still the best. We were the OG. We were the first ones to have a Community Difference show. So you're watching it right here. All right, guys. Hey, let's talk about the business topic. Enough of me babbling on about this. So, role of innovation, creativity, and driving growth and success for local businesses. Business topic of the month of April. Let's start with you, Coach Coles. We talked about it up front. What you guys kind of have to do, especially being in Sports City, USA, and Frisco. There's all kinds of different sporting opportunities, we'll call them. Yeah. The Fighters being one of them. You guys are unique. You're smaller, but you're family owned, so you probably have a little bit more autonomy there. Tell us about what the Fighters are doing to differentiate among all the different, Sports City USA options there are out there.
Yeah, so I think the first and foremost, thing that we do different is that we actually partner with local businesses, where you'll see a lot of pro sports teams will just take a business's money and they'll sprinkle something at you that's just a one-off, but they don't really care about it. And you get a one-time experience and that's it. Whereas with us, our players are involved. They know our guys by their first name. We welcome them into our practices. We welcome them into any of our activities. We'll go and volunteer and do those things. And it's not our front office showing up. It's actually our players. So that is kind of the first thing. We're one of the only sports teams in Frisco where you can actually get to know our guys and you can shake their hands and welcome them into your homes or go have a meal with them. Normally, pro athletes are untouchable. You can watch them play, but you can never know their stories or get to know who they are as people. And that's helped us grow tremendously. Our attendance for our first 3 games have already matched or exceeded what we were in our playoffs last year, which is huge for us. Secondly, it's just thinking out of the box. This year we've partnered with influencers and, we have a really big a YouTube personality that's at all of our games, Eli Mack. I never knew who Eli Mack was, but all of these kids in Frisco that watch YouTube, I didn't realize kids go to YouTube for their entertainment, but that's what they watch. Yeah. And they all know Eli Mack. They all watch his videos. So we've partnered with him where he's, working to play a game with the Frisco Fighters, and he's created this online series where he's at practice once a week and he's at games and he has his own videographers, and it's just brought in a whole new wave of business, a whole new wave of fans. We have NFL players at our games now because they're partnered with Eli and they work with Eli. And, the interesting thing about it was when we reached out to him, he said, "Hey, I've contacted 12 other teams in the league and they've all said no." And he goes, "You guys are the first team that says yes. So because of that, I'm going to do it for free. I don't want any money. I don't need anything from you guys. I'm going to do all the production. I'm going to promote you like crazy. I'm going to push your ticket link." And this is a guy who gets paid big money by big companies just to wear their t-shirt. So just things like that and being open to different ideas that you normally wouldn't do has helped us increase our ticket sales, merchandise sales, and it's really helped at the gate on game day.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
I'll tell you one thing. When I do, like, that's kind of my thing, is the boots on the ground marketing. And I only want to do things like what Andre's talking about, where I can physically be there meeting people and really touching the public. I'm not buying a sponsorship so you can have my logo, but I'm at the games. We're shaking hands, handing out tchotchkes or whatever you want to call it, but so people remember us. But we're there and we're telling our story, and kind of ties into what Kevin was saying earlier about, hey, I'm in the roofing industry, not the greatest reputation. Well, the freestanding ER was the same way. They first came out, they were sending everybody massive $30,000, $40,000 bills, and people would drive away. They had wanted nothing to do with us. So kind of like Kevin, I'm not here. I'm just trying to educate people that those guys are out of business. They're gone. Every player in town now is good. There's not all the bad guys have been run off, but it's interesting because that all kind of plays into like the networking we're doing on this show, talking about the reputation, getting in with the people, being, shaking hands on the ground and being in front of people. I think it's so.
Yeah, no doubt. And Chance, that's interesting you say that, because I never knew the story behind, you could visually see it if you drove through Frisco or anywhere up and down Dallas North Tollway. You were going to see, and they started popping up everywhere, right? These ER clinics, and they were building new buildings and taking vacant space and converting them to ERs. And I'm like, where's the demand for all this? Like, where's all this coming from? And now that you say that makes sense. I never knew the history on that, but
they're just looking for one guy for 50,000.
Right. All right, you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Right.
Now it's more like you got to get 10 a day to make money. So it's a different game.
Welcome to the real world, right?
Yeah, right.
Hey, Coach Coles, I mentioned it up front. The business networking endeavor that you guys are taking up. Matt England was instrumental in kicking that off, and you and Matt have kind of traded off a little bit based on your schedule. You're our main co-host when it comes to the Fighters, but Matt's done a great job filling in when you've been pulled aside. He kind of kicked off that event, and I think it's going to grow immensely as it becomes a more regular thing. And he even said, man, we planned it on the wrong week. We wanted to get it off the ground as quickly as we could, but we didn't realize there was like 6 other events going on in Frisco. So I know that's going to grow, and it's going to be a great venue for business owners to come together in a really awesome venue. It was over at the Comerica Center in the Choctaw Club. But when we're talking innovation, right, and all this plays into our business topic, innovation, creative ways to pull people together. The Dallas Stars, who are, basically running the operations side of the Frisco Fighters, another organization that has unfortunately had to play second fiddle to the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, you name it. Dallas Stars coming in from, hockey country, Minnesota. They had to figure out an innovative way to, grow hockey here in the state of Texas. So it's ingrained in their culture. And I thought it was really awesome to hear from Matt Bowman and Matt England, both in that networking breakfast, talk about how they were approaching it. And also the way that your team and the way that their organization is approaching some other growth entities that they're getting into. You're probably more just on the football side, but have they pulled you into that, that aspect of it?
Yeah. So the interesting thing about my job here with the Fighters, I'm not just the head coach. I'm also in charge of business development. So indoor football it's twofold. No one works just one job. And a lot of that, it's been a beautiful relationship between us and the Stars, because the Stars are like, hey, you've been in indoor football since 2008. It's all grassroots. It's very rare that an indoor football team is going to come in and just be super, super backed by some big company or a big organization, where some other teams in Frisco, they don't care if they sell tickets because they're being funded by a major league team. It matters to us. But what also matters to us is people understanding that we're here. We're not going anywhere. We're part of Frisco. If you need us to come volunteer, we're going to come volunteer. If you need our help, we're going to come help. So the Stars understand that, because it's how do you grow a fan organically, right? It's not a logo. It's not a jersey, but organically, how can we make you want to partner with us, not just come and buy a ticket and feel like, okay, that's all I got, but how can we get you to our game and you feel like you're a part of a family, you're part of a community. So the blending of those two things, learning hockey and then learning indoor football, has kind of been the perfect kind of mesh.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I will mention, innovative things that you guys offer that a lot of sports don't, right? The reason I'm holding this football, you can get down on the field, meet all your players, meet your coaching staff, literally right after the game.
Yep.
You just get right down on the field. Great kids experience. Kevin, you mentioned it. You guys have a bunch of footballs. Hopefully your kids have gotten down on the field and met the players. It's a pretty cool experience. Yeah.
Every game.
Yeah, and they look forward to it. They talk about it. And all of Andre's players, they're so polite and they're professional.
Absolutely.
In fact, the
100%.
last game, these players, after playing a hard game that they won, they stay to the very last kid. And it's not just sign and go. They're engaging with them. They're taking pictures for a long, long time. And I think, to Andre's point, that just speaks to the culture that team has.
100%. I was super impressed by all the players, really. And Coach, we've had several on the show. They've all been awesome. And it sounds like a lot of them, football isn't their 100% all the time job. Now, I know they dedicate everything they can to it, but a lot of them have businesses and things that they're trying to run or get started up too. So however we can help them, obviously keep bringing them on the show. But yeah,
well,
so
that's one of the biggest things with us. When we started this year, I told them that we have two goals as a team: be the most professional and to be the best trained. And to be the most professional and the best trained doesn't necessarily mean with football. If we can help you learn anything career-wise, if we can help you learn anything business-wise, if we can help you learn anything career-wise, then that's a win for us too. For some guys, the next level doesn't mean CFL or NFL, but it's having Kevin Kirkwood's number. And hey, how do I start a business? What the taxes look like? How do I market? Having access to guys like Kevin, where they can go talk and, have an honest conversation with a guy who doesn't want anything from you. Invictus is one of my favorite companies because they don't care if you become a customer. Kevin cares about if you're educated enough to make a decision, and not just make a decision, but make a good decision. They give away so many things for free that other companies would charge you for, because he wants Frisco residents to know better. Those are the kind of people that I want my guys to learn from, whether they're starting a training business or personal training business. We have guys that are learning insurance and all that kind of stuff. It's like, I can't answer those questions for you. Go ask a guy like Kevin. So him being a fan of the Fighters and his kids being excited to be at the game, it's like, go shake his hand, go get to know him, because those are the kind of conversations that are going to help you in your professional career. So that's just as important to us as an organization as it is to win games.
Yeah,
I love that. The whole education aspect and setting those I'm going to call them kids because they're younger than me, but they're players to me are kids, right?
Yeah.
That is an invaluable experience for them, because they're all damn good football players, but and they're the reason they got to be is because they're inspired and they're driven. And if you can focus that drive and you can focus that towards something that they're passionate about, whether it's on the business side or whatnot, I love the fact that you guys give that foundation to these kids as well. So that's awesome. And Kevin, you mentioned, your kids go down there and you mentioned all the players are out there until the very end. I can attest to that, because once we got this football after the game, Landon and I chucked it around for a little bit, and there's the head woman who controls all the field activities blew her whistle like right in our ear and said, "You need to leave now. Get off the field. You've been here too long."
We were like kids. We're like, just one more. Let me throw one more.
Like, Lennon, go deep. It's like, no, you're younger. You run. No, but that was a great time. Hey, Kevin, I want to touch on you. So obviously the education piece that you guys offer is unique, right? That's something that your door knocker that's coming from some other state isn't going to spend the time to sit down with, the person who and homeowner that may be impacted on the residential side by hail, right? So that's a unique and innovative approach, and really, I think a great show of integrity as well. What other, because roofing is, we've already talked about it. I don't want to bang on the fact that it does have not the brightest reputation, but it's also a crowded field because 'tis the season right now, right? We're in hail season, and people have trucks that are coming from all over the place when they know a storm's coming. So, what innovative things can you do, or do you guys do, or are you planning on implementing, in your industry to kind of set you guys apart even more?
That's a great question because, like I think Andre mentioned earlier, you're constantly, or Chance, I think Chance might have mentioned it. You're constantly having to, and I don't use the word pivot, but to innovate. You're constantly needing to stay ahead of it. Our operations team, they are not only on the cutting edge, but they're actually developing processes and software that's not only going to streamline a business, but it's a better customer experience. For us, what makes us different, is for one, we have the Invictus Partnership Program, which is perfect for this segment. And if you go to partners.invictusroofing.com, and what it is, it's a B2B networking group. So Chance might have, he's not in the roofing space, he's in the medical space, but he might have a question about an insurance claim or storm-related activity. Well, then we can bring value to him. We might have clients that might need what Chance's services offer. And so it's beyond a referral program, it's a network B2B. So we are one of I think the only roofing company, and we've just rolled that out. One of our dear friends and affiliates, Chris Zizzo, has been developing this with us. And it's truly to network good businesses with good businesses. Because as entrepreneurs, head coaches, we're busy. And finding the time is one thing, but finding the opportunity is what's more difficult. So we decided to create this opportunity for B2B networking and to create mutual, beneficial, opportunities throughout Frisco specifically. And we've just rolled that out. One of the things that we're also very proud of that's unique is we have a program. It's called Operation Re-Roof. And that's where we put a free roof onto a deserving retired veteran every single year. We ask the community to nominate their veteran. Why does this person deserve a free roof? There's times where there's been more than one winner just because we felt this person needs it. We've partnered with local distribution and manufacturing. They donated the materials. We donate the labor and the management, and we do that. I love those events. We do different things where if you're a first responder, if you're an educator, military, we do all kinds of upgrades and ways to protect your home in the community. But that's one thing that also makes us different is our team it's been ingrained in them. We are not there to sell the roof. We are there to provide education on if you don't need a roof, we're gonna let you know, hey, you don't need a new roof. Yes, you got hit with hail, but you don't need it, but you might need some repairs, and here's what this would look like. If they do, and they need help with their insurance claim, because that can be a daunting task, we can help them through that as well. But we have found if you just provide value, in this sense, value is education and consulting, then the business will come. So we don't chase the business. We just offer the advisory opportunities. And what we have found is people start to see how authentic that is. And like Andre said, we really aren't, we really, we don't really necessarily need your business. We would like it, but more than anything else, we just want you to make the right choice. And by doing that, I think that will begin to change the face of the industry. Listen, I joined the North Texas Roofing Contractors Association, the Roofing Contractors Association of Texas, the National Association. I've been on the boards of all those, specifically trying to change a lot of things in the industry that for the last 15, 18 years, I just was wrong. And I decided, instead of working this on a national level, let me focus on my own backyard in Frisco, where my kids live, where my wife and I are raising our family. And I specifically got on those boards to help push education. And my thought is if enough people are aware of best practices, what to look for, what not to look for, then they're going to know who to engage with. And the bad actors, the bad contractors, are going to be pushed away, and the good ones will stay.
I love that. That's the philosophy we need, and I love the fact that you have that goal in mind. Is, hey, let's clean it up. Let's do something different.
Yeah.
Love your incentives too for veterans, first responders, teachers, all that. Love all that. That's all differentiating. That's awesome. So thank you for that, guys. Hey, we're going to have to take another commercial break real quick right here. Then we're going to have a little bit of fun. On the other side of the commercial break, we do a little something called rapid fire. So Kevin, I didn't really prepare you for this one. So, and there, to be honest, there's no way to really prepare. So I'm going to ask some questions, some probably easy answers, some other ones not so easy.
All right.
But you'll be on the hot seat.
I'm in.
Yeah. So we'll do that after this commercial break. But right now, go ahead and hit it, Len, and we'll be right back.
The Community Difference Frisco is made possible by Brian Poduska, owner of Real Property Management Focus; Paul Fisher, loan officer with Certainty Home Lending; Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers; Kendra Kennedy with Stewart Title; Ethan Donovan with Donovan Creative Agency; Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage; Chance Post with Total Care ER and Total Care Networking; Matt England, Director of Corporate Partnerships, and Andre Coles, head coach of the Frisco Fighters Arena football team. And by Bethany Rowan, Realtor with Rowan Homes. The Community Difference Frisco. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Rapid fire.
Even if you didn't know that.
All right. Welcome to the rapid fire segment. This is where we have a little bit of fun, ask a few questions, and get to know our guests on a fun level, even more so. So what I'm going to do is go around the horn. I'll fire out a question. You guys answer it to the best of your ability. If we need to go deeper into that answer because it's so off the wall, we will.
Hey, right. Brian,
Yes,
real quick, we have added something to rapid fire.
Okay.
Since we have a lot of people sometimes that don't go too rapid, we have a buzzer now where we will buzz them out.
Okay,
So,
I like it.
I mean, you're under the gun.
Wow.
All right, I like that. So I guess that gives you the ultimate power, since you're the one who can you're the only one who can do the buzzer. I like it.
Yes,
all right. Okay, well, that being said, guys, get ready to be buzzed, and don't do it too often. So let's see. First one, since we've got all guys on the show, and we're it's our sports sponsor. All the professional sports here in Frisco. So of all these, right, we got football, we have baseball, we have basketball, at least the G League, right? We have golf, we have the PGA, and we have soccer. And hockey. So 6 sports. So of those 6 sports, it's a 2-part question, and they got to be quick. Which one would you prefer to play professionally? And then which one would you just want to play in? So those can be 2 different answers, or they can be the same, because I have 2 different answers. So with that, Coach Coles, we'll start with you.
I got to go Stars for both. I'm a hockey guy now.
Sweet. Love it. Kevin?
I would go baseball for the one I would want to play as a profession. The one I would probably enjoy the most would be football.
Okay. Like it. Chance?
I'm going football and football.
Okay. I'm going to go basketball to play, and then golf as a professional.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Lennon, what do you got?
Well, I've always said basketball, but now that you threw golf in there, I might have to go golf professional, and probably football to play. I still love football.
All right, cool. All right, good job. Nobody got buzzed on the first question. I like that. All right, this one will be hopefully a quick one too. We're all in Frisco, right? Kevin, you've been here since 06, you said, so you've had an opportunity to sample a lot. What is your go-to Frisco eatery? It doesn't have to, it could be any fast food, fancy, either or. What's your favorite Frisco eatery?
It'd be easy.
Chance, we're going to start with you this time. We'll go.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah,
Chance, go for it.
I mean, a lot of times I find myself at Mi Casina, the Star, quite a bit.
Okay. Kevin?
Say Birdies off 380.
Okay, I like it. Good one. Andre?
I'm always at 54th Street. That's my spot.
Okay, good call. I'm going Kenny's Burger Joint. Landon?
I'm going to go Portillo's. I know it's a little bit Frisco adjacent, but that's where I am.
Yep. All right. I'm good with that. Okay, next question. Real quick one. Is your bed currently made right now? Yes or no?
Yes.
Chance?
No.
Andre, I see you saying yes.
Yes.
Kevin? Yes. Okay. Mine is 2. All right, Chance, you're the oddball on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my wife's out of town, so.
Fair enough.
No
Fair
rules.
Enough. We know what goes on in Chance's house. All right. So we're on the topic of food before. What is the one food that you absolutely can't stand, makes you gag, couldn't eat it? Andre.
I can't stomach Indian food.
Okay. Kevin.
Same Indian food. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chance.
I mean, that would be one I would go with too. Also, Indian food. Let's hate on the Indian food today.
Okay. Well, mine is oysters. I'm not a big oyster fan. A lot of people love them.
Oh, I love oysters.
Do you? Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
not me. Okay. All right. How about this karaoke gun to your head? You're at a karaoke bar. You're gonna die if you don't sing karaoke. You have to do it. What is your go-to song? Kevin, we'll start with you.
Ring of Fire, Johnny Cash.
Okay, I like it. Coach Coles.
Summertime, Will Smith, Philly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Philly style. I like it. Okay, cool. Chance.
I'm doing a little journey, a little Don't Stop Believing.
Okay.
Bold.
All right, I like it.
It doesn't sound good, but
Mine depends on the mood that I'm in. I'm going to go hip hop mood. Today was a good day. Ice Cube.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Landon.
Hey, Chance. Mine would be Tupac Changes, but Chance, there's a song that there's a song I'm gonna get Journey to play at my funeral. It's called "Don't Stop Bereaving."
You got that from one of your memes, didn't you, Landon?
No, I made that up about 10 years ago, and it always gets the same response. But I like it.
Nice. All right.
hilarious.
Room for 2 more questions. Since we are, Kevin, you mentioned you got kids. Chance, I know you've got family. Coach Coles, we're gonna go.
Just me.
Yep. But you've seen a lot of kids' activities and whatnot. And your players have all, participated in a lot of stuff. So what is your number one go-to kids activity thing to do in Frisco? Kevin, we'll start with you.
Oh, so me, other than go to the Fighters game?
I like that.
Good answer.
Yeah, absolutely. We quite frankly, they love going down to the Star, and just the girls now have really gotten good at shopping. And then my son makes believe that he's a Cowboys player, and he loves playing on that field. So we typically just find ourselves at the Star, just shopping and eating and doing all that.
Kevin, you now have the honor of being the first one to be buzzed in the Frisco show.
I'm
So.
honored. Thank you.
Though I will say this is the new feature. If we had it before, there would be a lot of people that are buzzed. So you're special, but not that special.
I appreciate that. That's what I'm into.
I was trying to give grace, but I was wanting to punch the button so bad. So finally, I'm like, I got to punch it.
Yeah, just shut me up. Got it. Yeah, the Star.
Chance, what about your kids in Frisco?
I need one of those. I need one of those buzzers so I can just buzz Brian when I want to say something.
Yeah, that's why we don't.
My daughters want to shop, so Frisco's great location to shop. But I will say I am going to the Fighters game in 2 weeks, or in 2 games. So my son's going to bring his friends and stuff, and I think I might have conned Matt out of tickets to the suite. So.
All right, we're 2 for 2 on this topic. Coach Coles, what do you got, my friend?
A lot of my players take their kids up to the Kidzania place up at the mall.
Oh, nice call. Yeah, that's a good call. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the PGA. So if you haven't been up there, it's awesome. They've got a lot of great stuff for the kids to do. PGA of Frisco, up on the north side of town. Head up there. Cool stuff to do. Okay, so before I get buzzed, last question. All right. You're in a burning building. Superheroes are on their way to save you. What is one superhero that you want to save you? Chance.
Oh, there was a really good one. I'm going to say Wonder Woman.
Okay, Wonder Woman. All right. Is that the new or the old Wonder Woman?
Either one.
Which version of Wonder Woman?
I don't care.
It can't go wrong.
Okay, fair answer. Kevin, what about you?
Probably say Batman, and hopefully he'll give me a ride in one of his vehicles.
Okay, I like that. Coach.
Superman.
Superman? You want to fly?
Yes, sir. Get me out of there.
All right, cool. I'll go with Black Widow on this one, for obvious reasons. That's it. Landon, what about you?
Catwoman, but the Michelle Pfeiffer one.
Yes.
Andre, you and I are doing it all wrong, dude. Apparently.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. We've all played this game before. That's not really fair.
I like y'all's answers better.
I'm going to be taking whatever Margot Robbie was, whatever that character was. I'll be taking that next time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. With that, guys, we'll wrap up rapid fire. Thanks for being good sports. Thanks for playing. All very good answers. And, that'll bring our show to a wrap. It's hard to believe how quickly time flies, but we're almost an hour and 10 minutes into this bad boy. So, I appreciate you guys all spending the time today to join us and really talk some knowledge on our business topic of the month, innovation, creativity across your industry. And then, really it's local business in general. A lot of great insights. Thank you for that. Kevin, it was awesome getting to know you, understanding your story, what makes you different, because there's a ton of stuff. So if you're catching us on the back end, go watch the middle section where Kevin talked about his story and how Invictus Roofing got started. So thank you, Kevin, for being on today.
Thank you for
having me. To my co-host, Chance and Andre, thank you as usual for being on. Great to see you guys again. Coach Coles, happy birthday, man. I hope you have a good one. Hope you have a great one for the rest of the day. So thanks for being on your birthday. And then Landon, thanks for everything that you do in the background. Thanks for everything you do for the difference, and thanks for everything that you do for the communities that we participate in, particularly here in Frisco. So thank you for doing what you do. It's innovative. While I plug the topic of the month again, it is innovative. If you're interested in being on any of the different shows, look us up, look myself up, look our co-hosts up, look Landon up. We can help you out there. So with that, guys, we'll wrap the show by going around the horn. Just remind the audience who you are, how to get a hold of you, what you do, and then we'll hit it. So let's start with our guest, Kevin. Go ahead and tell everybody who you are, what you do, and how to get a hold of you.
Absolutely. My name is Kevin Kirkwood. I am the co-founder and CEO of Invictus Roofing. You can see us on the web, or you can reach out to me atkkirkwood@invictusroofing.com. Or if you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, check us out at partners.invictusroofing.com.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Coach Coles, tell everybody who you are, what you do.
Hey, Andre Coles, head coach at the Frisco Fighters indoor football team. Our schedule and all of our information Frisco Fighters related is on our website, friscofighters.com.
Thank you, sir. Chance
Post, Director of Marketing for Total Care. You can reach me, c.post@totalcare.us.
Awesome. And I am Brian Poduska, the owner of Real Property Management Focus, also your host of the Community Difference Frisco show. We manage investment property so you don't have to. So look us up if you're in need there. With that, guys, thanks again for being on today. Appreciate all your time, all your insights, and have a great rest of your day. Coach Coles, again, happy birthday. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Frisco is made possible by Brian Poduska, owner of Real Property Management Focus; Paul Fisher, loan officer with Certainty Home Lending; Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers; Kendra Kennedy with Stewart Title; Ethan Donovan with Donovan Creative Agency; Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage; Chance Post with Total Care ER and Total Care Networking; Matt England, Director of Corporate Partnerships, and Andre Coles, Head Coach of the Frisco Fighters Arena football team. And by Bethany Rowan, Realtor with Rowan Homes. The Community Difference Frisco. Together, we can make the difference.